Hello. So this video is more like a tech demo, very early one, of a project I'm working on since about 10 months as a solo dev. To go straight into the demo, the core of the engine is about destruction. So here is a demo. You can break apart big constructs. The idea is that in the game you will be able to drive around spaceship and you will have voxel based damage. As you can see here, a bit more here, some more destruction. So yeah, that's the idea. If I go here, for instance, we can take a bit more time to look at the damage. So here the size of the voxel is not at all definitive. It's used for development. They are relatively big. They will get probably smaller in the future. One thing you can see, I mean, you cannot see it really. So this is not based on any game engine out there. It's a custom game engine that I'm working on since about 10 months. So it's not Unreal, it's not Unity, it's all custom, based on a few libraries, like for instance for the physics engine I'm using Jolt Physics, for the graphics I'm using Vulkan, and quite a few other libraries. One thing you can see is the lighting. Very early in the development, I was never thinking about getting to that level. I'm not saying it's particularly nice, but it's not too bad. So there is path tracing. As you can see here, the light is bouncing all around. One very nice thing about ray tracing. So you can see, for instance, the light is bleeding from the sky. This portion of the sky being more blue, you will get more blue light from there. If you go, for instance, here it's more reddish tint, so you get a bit more reddish light. The ray tracing is really interesting. I was really not into ray tracing until I developed a game engine. And it solves so many issues. You can see, for instance, here we can really see well, like the tint of this portion of the skybox being reddish, this part being bluish, goes there. So all the lighting is dynamic. Here is a test room. Here it's a light. It's not a really fancy model for now. I'm really working on the engine more than on the assets. So there is a light, shining light here. It bounces on the wall, and with path tracing, it reflect on the ground. Or for instance here, like come from here, bounce here, go on the wall, and you can see the red tint of the wall bouncing here on this ball. Emissive surface being basically free with ray tracing. You can see when I select a given part, it starts to shine light out. It's really nice thing. I'm even to a point of saying maybe the game should be ray tracing only. So it ran quite well. Here it is on a RTX 5070 at 240 frames per second. Resolution is 2500 by 1400. I started the development on an old 2070 and it was running well enough at about a bit less, like maybe about 80 frames per second. So yeah, that's for the graphics. We'll not go too much more into the details. Yeah, I think that's it. About the voxel damages. Oh yeah, there is a sound engine as well. I'm recently worked on the sound engine. So let's take this. This is a switch. You can hear it's really clicky right now. And if I go in there, there is some reverb. So basically the game engine is figuring out the kind of environment we are in and apply some sound effect from that. Here I cannot really show it, but for instance, if there is some sound playing through a wall, there is the thickness of the wall is affecting the sound. It's not only reducing the volume of the sound which goes through some wall, but it also cuts the high frequency of the sound. I don't have a proper demo setup for now to show that, but that's something also which is in. For the scale of things, so yeah, here this is the editor. It's a bit messy. It's really just for dev right now. Basically, the idea is you can come here, you place some parts, you assemble them. If you play, you see they're not linked at all. You go there, you select them all. You can weld things together. And this is one part. Like now, if I damage it in the center like this, here you go. One thing about the scale, let me show the scale of things. So this is, for instance, a scale test where I have, I think total a bit less than 60,000 parts. You can see here a bit less than 60,000 parts. So one part is those, for instance, this little thing is one part. They're all welded together. So for instance here, that's one big piece assembled together. I can come, I can cut it through and take it away. So yeah, that's really the main feature of the engine. And it's very, very fluent. It can scale probably quite a lot more. So this is for that. Or for instance, yeah, one funny test to do is you come here, you unweld all those beams from each other, and you pull this, and it's Christmas. So one thing is, I will not talk too much about what is gameplay ideas I have, because it's really much still work in progress. I don't have much to show there at all. But one main idea is to have a co-op game. So the game engine really has to support multiplayer. And so here, for instance, let's go there and start a second instance of the game. So here I'm running the game 2 times on my computer. And yeah, here it's just a little bit a mess. Yeah, I can make this instance of the game join this one. So okay, join localhost. And then here, basically, one of the ideas is that you are not a human. You are more like an AI. You can incarnate a robot. So for instance, here, I can go and incarnate the robot. Yeah, there is not much asset for now, but this is, for instance, what the robot is. And I can enter in it. Yeah, here we go. Multiplayer is really a feature of the engine. It's not something that is added as a second tag. And yeah, all those things are working. Well, that's it for this first introduction. Probably there will be some more video later on, but do not expect a high release rate of video because it's still a lot of work in progress. A lot of things to do.